After the movie, we follow the work of South Africa's SAS-style Rapid Response Unit in Task Force at 10:40. Now some news.
It's just before 7. I'm Andrea Catherwood. There may be a breakthrough in the Stephen Lawrence murder investigation tonight after police announced they've found a knife and a metal bar. The weapons were discovered buried in a garden of a house in Eltham in southeast London. Stephen was found stabbed to death at a bus stop 7 years ago. A dangerously ill toddler from Kosovo has had tests in a Scottish hospital today to see whether doctors will be able to save his life. Vesir Simberi was flown to Aberdeen last night. The 2-year-old can only swallow liquids. He's been kept alive by his mother's breast milk, but he won't survive without medical help. He'll have more tests tomorrow. The historian David Irvine has been pelted with eggs after a High Court judge branded him a racist. The 62-year-old is facing financial and professional ruin after losing his libel action over claims he's a Holocaust denier. Concentration camp survivors say they feel vindicated.
Is he telling me I've invented a story like this, that my parents were put in the gas chambers? Who would invent a thing like this about one's own parents?
Police are tonight continuing to question a man in connection with the murder of his 5-month-old son. The baby died this afternoon after suffering from multiple head and facial injuries. Officers found the wounded boy in his pram on Sunday at a metro station in Newcastle. 2 expensive anti-cancer drugs are set to be made available to all patients on the NHS. Some health authorities refuse to allow doctors to prescribe Taxol and Taxotere because of the cost. That will now have to change.
We all make these drugs available to private patients, so there's already discrimination there. But most of these health authorities will now not have another excuse, because we're hearing statements which will come out next month. These treatments are cost effective.
In football, Leeds United is making its final plea to UEFA to ban Galatasaray fans from Elland Road next week. It follows the murder of 2 United supporters in Turkey before last Thursday's first leg of the UEFA Cup semi-final. Well, I'll leave you now with a look at tonight's weather. Rain and sleet for much of the UK, dry but foggy in the south. Temperatures down to freezing in places. That's it. I'm back in an hour.
Scared of flying? No time for that. Another day for the Helicopter Emergency Medical Service. You attend one accident, and your escort is involved in another.
Oh, we're just cutting your trousers.
Meanwhile, a lorry crashes.
He's got a large hematoma over the right side of his pelvis.
Whilst a child is knocked down.
He's got a pulse of 65, blood pressure
Bringing the
170.
emergency room to the patient.